Shit.
Already, man. Yo, we in the motherfucking building, man. Yo, go ahead real quick, man. I know we gonna start the interview really official. We already really started it, but yeah, we can start it again, right? Real quick, man. Yo, tell me your name, yo, and what you represent, my nigga.
Man, y'all already know what it is. If you don't know, man, get familiar. Test, free band test, CHM, free band gang. Y'all know what it is, man. We coming at y'all live and direct, man. This shit hard about it. You heard me?
Alrighty, man. That's what it do, man. Yo, who was some of the people that motivated you coming up? What kind of music you listen to when you was coming up?
Shit, for me, and people be surprised off the shit I say, like, cause when I was coming up, it was a different time of music, and the people that I was around growing up listened to different shit. So I was like, man, I listened to like the Lost Boys when I was a little kid. Whatever my sister had in her room is what I listened to. I listened to the Lost Boys, Black Rob. Yeah, like I remember my brother had AZ, Capone and Nori. That's like in the very beginning when I was like 6, 7. That's what I was hearing. But then, of course, when I started getting where I could really kind of understand and sort through the music, it would be like the Locks, Rough Riders, you know what I'm saying, of course, Hov, you know what I'm saying. I always fucked with Cash Money and Juvenile from the jump. I love Lil Wayne from the jump. Like, all them folks that was in that era, that's what made me want to rap. Like, cause that's when music made you feel like people was talking about your life and shit like that. So you was like, man, I want to rap. These niggas talking about me. Like, this is how I live. Like, I wake up like this, and my mama do that, and you know what I mean? So it was like, they inclined me to want, but as I got about, as a teenager, that's when the generations totally swapped. But I still was a kid. So I felt like I had an old soul, so I liked that stuff, but when it swapped, I still was able to accept the different genres that was to come, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I grew up with everything, you feel me? But that's some of the first music that I recall listening to, of course, besides Big and Pop. That's just that's there. You can't avoid that. You know what I'm saying? But
the first joint I seen one was Real Tough, Baltimore DVD. That was like 05 or some shit like that. Yeah, that's when I first caught up with you. That's what I was telling my saying, nigga, 05. Yeah. So for the people that don't know, you know, especially the newcomers on the scene, shit like that. How long you been doing this shit, yo? How long you been on the scene, my nigga? You know what I mean? Bring them up to date, man.
For myself, like, to really say, like, on the scene, I've been rapping and trying to, you know, be a entertainer and performer. Because when I was little, that's all I wanted to do is be on the camera and shit. Since like 10. But as far as on the scene, like, I was 13 years old when I really got outside. I was in a real studio. I was with Lou Diamonds. He had Teflon Records at the time. We was on East 25th Street recording. And that's the first place that I ever went to where I really rapped in the studio and I laid a verse down. I remember that shit. I walked in there. He wasn't even there at the time. He was just like, man, we got this little nigga, South Baltimore, little nigga tight. They let me go in there and spit a verse. And I rapped over the 1-900 Hustler beat. Walked out. They was like, man, we gonna call you, man. They was like, you killed it. We gonna call you. We'll let Lou hear it and call you. And I had dipped, and he wound up coming like 10 minutes later. And they called me back before I even got home. You know what I'm saying? And that's the first time I ever was really like, people was like, well, that little nigga tight. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's really since I was like 13, and that really made me go, all right, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to do this my whole life. And I was 13, 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I remember this shit like yesterday.
So you've been around for a minute.
Yeah, a minute. Like, you know what I mean? As far as everything, like in the street, moving around with other folks.
The reason why I asked you that, because you know motherfuckers here like, yo, he with Future now. How he with Future?
Yeah.
They don't know the steps you took and shit you did like that to actually get there. So I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, and then like, not even that, like, the crazy thing is, like, when I talk about those two situations, Future and then my situation as me coming up, it wasn't like Future even knows my history. He don't even know.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? That's my dog on it in a different fashion before we started doing anything musically. And I'm a fan of his before we started doing anything musically. So it was one of them things where I didn't even tell Future I rap like he or played him no music or nothing for years that I was with him. So it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, it just, he would hear other people around me. And then it kind of bubbled on like that. But like, you know what I'm saying, so it's not like he seen what I did, my history or nothing. It was like, boy, I got to sign this little nigga. You know, it's a lot of ins and outs to it and more to it other than that. But yeah, I'm happy to say that, like you said, if when the time comes and he is to know, it's like, damn. Little nigga got all that going on, so it's like, it's still a plus. But that ain't that, you know what I mean? I don't want people thinking like, boy, also his history is what got him where he at. No, like it got me where I'm at, but not a relationship or my situation. It was, you know, it just, you know, it's a blessing. It wound up molding like that, and it's natural. It's genuine. Nothing was put together. or like here, we got to do this. Like it was time took its course.
Of course.
And that, you know.
No, I'm just saying, you know, for us.
I'm for the viewers. I mean, you discussed.
Yeah, you earned it. You earned it.
Yeah, but you know,
because they think they're gonna do it overnight.
Yeah.
And I let them know it's a process.
Yeah, oh man, it's a life process.
You put work in.
It's a life process, man. I cried over this. You know what I'm saying? I threw up over this. I've been broke. You know what I'm saying? I lost my mama.
Right.
I mean, anything you can think of that's a sacrifice, of just shit that could just tear you apart as a person.
Real shit.
I've did it. I've spent thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars on music to not make nothing back before.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And feel like, damn, I would really have money if I didn't do that.
Right.
I'm ready to quit.
Exactly.
I've thought these thoughts and all these things, like,
Right.
so it's like at the end of the day, like you said, nothing happens overnight at all. And even if it does, it's more to, even if it seems that way, it's always more to that.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? No matter how much you might be like, but this nigga came out of nowhere.
Right, exactly.
The more you feel like he came out of nowhere, the more story is behind it.
Definitely, you feel me? Alright, you feel me? Y'all heard it, you feel me?
Alrighty, I want to ask you, yo, how was it, yo, when you lost your mother and you was on your grind and everything like that, man? What kind of person did that make you, or how that made you feel, bro?
I mean, I ain't never really thought about that. So I'm thinking now. I think for me, I really felt like I was devastated and like lost as a person. Like I didn't know which way to go, what to do, or what to think. But one thing I was really for sure is, and today I'm proud to say, is that I knew that still through all my crying, all my being, and I found my mama. You know what I'm saying? So through all that, everything that I did with that situation with my mom, I still, no matter how much I was hurt, and that she was my best friend, but I still knew that she would not want me to not come to that studio. She would not want me to not do what I'm doing. She would not. I knew that shit so much that I really was staying. I got songs right after my mom passed that's like unreleased content, but it's so personal. But I had to go to the studio. I could not rap. But all that was in my brain was that situation. So I got songs that it's kind of like me venting, and they wonderful. It's wonderful music. But at the end of the day, I never lost touch with my music and my passion to do it. And I swear it was only because that's all she lived for. She was like me. It was like my mom would wake up and be like, "Oh, I'm in the studio." She'd be like, "You need anything?" Everybody down there, they eat.
Right.
She was one of the people that wanted to keep me there. It was so it was like, with me knowing that's how we was and our relationship was like that. No matter, I'd be in the studio around everybody. I'd be crying. People know to just leave me alone. I just might have had a bad thought. I'm gonna go in there and get it worked out. Just leave me alone. Like. They knew, because they know my mama won't want me here. Not one person around me was like, man, you need to go home, or you know, you need to go with your sisters or your brother, Spencer. You need to go, because they know I really need to be right here. That's where she would want me. I really want to be here, but I don't want to cry in front of y'all. It was like, well, it was just where I had to tell folks for a few months, like, man, like, if you see me crying, don't even ask me what's wrong. Like, just know I'm all right. I can't control that shit. It just happens now.
Can't imagine losing your mother.
And I still work, so
I can't think about that.
And I still work. I still talk to God. When I talk to God, I pray. I talk to my mama as well. So I feel like I can't say a prayer to God without talking to my mom. Like I say the prayer to God and talk to Him, and then I give another one to my mother every time, just because that's just how it works. So like everything my mama told me. She told me like, before she passed away, like 2 weeks before she passed away. My mom died suddenly from liver failure. So like before she like what, like she was sick or she thought she was going to die, nothing like that. So a week before that, she came to me. She's like, I'm telling you. She's like, I had a dream last night. I'm telling you, God got some, because I was really stressed out. I had just been in a situation where we did a lot, spent a lot of money. I shot all them videos. I did a lot of promotion, and a lot of things ain't go the way I wanted it to. And she seen me just upset one day and just told me that. And 2 weeks after she passed away, I didn't talk to anybody phone wise. I had talked to Future. And he called me, and when I told him what was going on, it's just like, I could tell him, you know, anybody, you hear somebody that you deal with, they lose their mama, like, damn near feel it yourself. So it was like, man, you know what, when you get, you know, you feel better, you can come on the road, you know, get your head off, that type of stuff. And he told me that, and as soon as I felt better to leave my siblings, I jumped on that road, man, and you know, just was able to be around people that really cared about what I was doing, really knew I just went through a situation. So it was like, and knew that music was my therapy. That's what it was about. I believe like a nigga just knew like this is gonna help him cope with this shit. So let me help him out. You know what I mean? If somebody can help somebody, that's what it was. So like, it's just all a blessing, and I feel like everything that's happened to me or that I had to endure as a person, it's really, when they say what don't kill you make you strong, it really do. Nothing replaces my mama. I still think about it every day. I talk about it every day. We talking about it right now, you know what I'm saying? Nothing replaces that ever. But at the end of the day, to know that I'm doing shit that she would have loved to see, it kills me that she can't, but to know that I know still in spirit she see me, it's like, it keeps me going. Like I got a vow to myself, my nigga, to make it. Period, for the sake of my mama just being so much behind me in my corner with that shit and being my best friend. It's like I have nothing more in me but to do that. So when I do feel upset, I just straight turn it to different energy immediately. So that's how that's how I was able to even stay constructive on my grind, because I really stayed in the studio. I cried in the studio. I was on the road. I cried. It didn't, because like when a person deal with that shit like I did, it's a whole nother level. I lost my mama, went in the house, found her dead. Had to go up in fucking DOC downtown and tell my baby brother that our mother's dead. After, like, cause nobody else could even talk. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? These are things I had to do as a big brother, the first son, just shit like that. And for me to be able to do it, it's just a blessing to me, and I recognize it today. And I just stay focused, my nigga. Like, you know, we get one life to live. So it's like when you lose your mama and people like that pass away around you, it hits you so hard and let you know life is life. It's what they say it is. It's life.
Exactly that.
Yeah, and it's like you got to make the best of it. So it's like I even started trying to eat better, and I take vitamins now, my nigga. Like I go to the doctor, I do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So it's like it gives you a different aspect, but at the end of the day, it drives me to stay focused more and more, man. Like real talking. When I'm out and around the world, people see me that follow me, and they know I lost my mom. I just met somebody that's on Drake, on the tour with Drake, and his name Marky Boy, a young cat. He walked up to me, man. He was like, man, I'm from Cali, man. He's like, I'll follow you, man. Or you know what I mean, man. Once he lost his mama, and then he, you know, it just shows you like the way people deal with it. Certain ways you relate to so many folks. So it's just a different energy, man. But for me, I'm blessed to be strong enough to convert it into something that can keep me going. Some folks can't do it.
Real shit.
Yeah, you're definitely right, man. I couldn't imagine how I feel to lose your mother, bro. I'll probably be. Oh boy.
You gotta be able to convert it to a different energy and make you want to stay focused. Because that shit'll kill you. It make you want to quit everything.
Alrighty,
no matter
man.
how far you was in it.
Yo, can you tell us a little bit about the project that you got out and coming up? What you got going on coming up, my nigga?
Right now I got off free bands. I got Jacket for Beats. It's a mixtape. When I first got signed, I just in 2 days. As soon as I got signed, I went into the studio. In 2 days, I did a CD. It's called Jacket for Beats. It's got basically a bunch of industry instrumentals. I just went crazy on them, put that out. That's on Live Mixtapes. You can find that. I got another project hosted by DJ Scream called Everything Green. That's on Live Mixtapes. And as well as Dat Piff. I got my most recent project that's out is Greenlight. And that's hosted by DJ Esco and Trapaholics. So all them, you can find all them on livemixtapes.com. And just Googling this shit for real.
Icon in this bit, yo.
The next project, man, I got that I really want to talk about, and we bringing it y'all January 7th, top of the year 2014, is that Crabs and Blow. And that's gonna be like, man, my debut mixtape that the world finna really get. Like the last couple takes I released, you know, I'm still was building my fan base worldwide as far as throughout the country. We already captured DMV, so it's like I got those folks that support me. But these last two projects, I was really throwing my line out there for the world. So now that I've done captured the places I've captured, I made the relationships I've made. Now this mixtape, I got a lot more into it, a lot more people involved. So it's gonna stretch across a different playing field. It's gonna be further, more wider, promotion, more everything like that. So, and it represents our city. That's like the title, Crabs and Blow. People around the world ain't gonna know why I'm calling my CD Crabs and Blow. That's not gonna make sense to none of them folks, right?
It's gonna make them listen.
It's gonna make them listen. Here, they understand. It's crab, Baltimore crab mind state of people, and it's like this. It's like a nigga gonna try to make it out this way, and the crabs gonna pull you back down, or the street gonna pull you back down. So it's like Crabs and Blow, and I don't want it to sound like crabs and blow like drugs. It's like it's a lifestyle that people are trying to evade it. They don't want to get away. They don't want to live it. But that, and I wanted to just put that on a I wanted to give the world that. I want the world to see what it's like and just to hear what artists came from, where we at. And that's just basically how we touching it right there. So that's the next project, Crabs and Blow, January 7th, 2014, man. LiveMixtapes.com, and we dropping 50,000 units in the street for free. You feel me? It's the last time anybody ever get anything from me for free. For real, for life. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just make sure anything else that come from me without payment after this is gonna be called a blessing, not free. It will be called a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So man, you know, that's basically what I'm working on. Crabs and Blow. I need everybody to stay tuned for that. It's gonna be
man. Let them know, cause I always ask these questions that y'all motherfuckers want to know, especially out city. You know that shit y'all live for. He say, she say. As far as the world star top 10 shit, man, because he just gave me an update on that a lot of y'all wouldn't even fucking know. That's why you, what they say, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. So let's clarify that top 10 shit, my nigga, so they can get a better understanding of how that even worked out.
It's like some folks, it's that the idea of what Street Smarts is trying to do is a great idea. Because they're trying to put people on a pedestal. They're trying to get their city known. They don't rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're media. They want to put stuff out.
Exactly.
And I love the idea of it. I love it all the way around. And I have a personal relationship with Don Ye.
Okay.
So, me and him, we kind of interact all the time. But for the world and the other people, that viewers that look at the shit, they like, man, some people might be like, who is these folks? People might know him and be like, why is this nigga this number? He should have been up more, or he should have not been on it, or this person should have been up more, and why was he number 8 and not number 2, or why was he number 1, or why was, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, what I feel like is, the idea of all that and putting everything together and all that is a wonderful idea, and hats off to Street Smarts for trying to conduct something right and put on for the city. But at the end of the day, these Baltimore Music Awards and these DMV Awards and top 10s and all these things, they're not scouted the right way, and they're not researched the right way. Because if they were, certain folks would never even be allowed to be put in equations, and certain folks would be higher than the equation they was in, or the position they was in. So it's like some people might feel certain ways about things, but just understand this. It comes from people trying to do the right thing to put on for other folks, but it's just everybody's got to be in sync, and everybody that's involved in music got to come together and be on the same pedestal and plateau to understand who should do this, and research should be laid out so people can understand why this person does this and things of that nature. So
y'all gotta do the footwork.
Yeah, it's just like everybody, when we do these type of events, people gotta understand that if you're really gonna do that, then you gotta really go around and involve everybody.
Do your research.
Yeah, you gotta comb, man. You gotta pull a comb out. You gotta go through everything.
And that's what HardBody. See, HardBody, we stand for the heartbeat of the underground. So basically we filling in those gaps, the shit that y'all don't know, y'all know that. So that's why I asked you that question.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of people who have their opinion, good or bad, false, true, whatever the situation may be. Just so they can get a better understanding of how that whole
phone calls coming through, nigga. Word.
Because motherfuckers have no idea. Especially a lot of y'all people that's on the scene is just coming on like the last 4 months of this year. I don't know, last year, shit like that. If you don't really understand what's going on, you really don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
When you create these categories, you gotta be your homework.
Cause like when you sit and look at it, like that's big that Street Smart put that on World Star. Like look at the promotion they put behind it. So let's say if it was really something that was well thought out on the whole, that'd have been great all the way around. Cause they're putting that, man, they paying out their pocket to put that up there and to edit that and to have people edit it and go sit down with each artist. That whole idea was the shit. But you have certain people, and I'm not saying anybody shouldn't have been on it or should have or anything. I'm just saying I can understand how folks look at shit and go, what is, you know what I'm saying, and blah, say blah, and how things go in that nature. So when you watch it, and it might make you feel a certain type of way, like you saying, understand how things happen. It just wasn't all the way put together thing like it could have been. But what they try to do, that's great. Like and we need people like that.
And that's what, and that's my whole point of why I asked you that, because see that shit inspired me. Me saying that because I see how people don't think. All it was is not taking nothing from the dude who did it, because I don't know him personally.
Right.
He's nothing but a regular nigga like me.
Right.
Just doing what I'm doing, and he just constructed a top 10.
Yeah.
So HardBody gonna construct our top 10.
Right.
And we gonna do our research, and we gonna let the people see what they see. That inspired me to come up with that idea.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, this is somebody, I see what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's like it's a great idea.
Cause like I told you, they don't rap.
Right.
Ain't like they got an artist.
Right.
Boy, he signed to us.
Right.
It was, they literally was trying to. It's just they might have not have knew all the right people to go down those avenues and say, man, who's really doing what? Or who's really, and they might have thought they was on the right avenue. So when they got certain information, they thought it was correct.
Like they actually were.
Yeah.
It's just y'all they didn't know everything they was doing, which is understandable.
Right, because you might not have had the artists might not have reached out. You could have posted your blogs, and those might have been the only niggas that responded. Like, but it should have been it could have been a larger broadcast. It could have been a larger playing field. It could have been a larger comb to go through and see who's really doing what.
Exactly.
And I think that's something that us as artists in Baltimore, including myself, man, I participate in everything. I'm not excluded. You know, get the shit together, and we know who's doing what. So it's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like niggas just need to, you know what I mean, put it out there like that and see who does what, and everybody get involved, and that's some of it. Like a lot of the artists you didn't see on there, they probably didn't have no contact with them folks
at all.
So it's like they didn't, and if they did, they would have knew that you the nigga. Right. Oh, okay, we need to put you on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it was. So for the people that got it, like, you misunderstood, like, that's basically what I feel about happened, and kind of really know what happened because I'm hands on. I want to know too. I was like them. I'm like, well, you know, how. Okay.
How does it work? Because they don't know. They just see it. You know, they want to know how does it work.
And when you put it on a plateau that big, when you just say these 10 guys, and if you know the ones, it makes everybody feel some type of way. Like, but in reality, nobody even knew. World Star knew. So now that it's right there, niggas is like, hold up. Because if you'd put it on YouTube, a soul wouldn't have cared.
No, people wouldn't care.
But now they like, hold up. The world's looking at this, and I'm not on that.
Right.
And I do this, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that nobody said things that you didn't. And it was just that everybody wasn't on the right playing field. I was, you know what I mean, grateful enough to actually have a contact for them to call and they could actually talk to me. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I was on the same page. If they could do what they did with me, with everybody, like it could have happened or should have happened, it'd have been different. It'd have been a whole different thing. You'd actually, people would have probably been like, yeah, that's about right. I mean, they looked at the top 10 and went, okay, that makes real good sense. People would have been happy and everything.
Like me, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I see that shit, I laugh at it, whatever. But, you know, for people, you know, people don't know, you know what I mean? And then other people say it, and they just want to know how it works. So that's how it works, y'all. Yeah. It's that simple.
It ain't really based off what you really doing, bro. Like, I might have been, you know what I mean, one of the only people on there that probably was based off of what I'm doing. Like, for somebody to reach out to me. Because I'm sure if I wasn't doing nothing, I wouldn't have got no phone call.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was like, that's why I think it took place like that. And I kind of was just like, all right, I'm with this Baltimore thing, and as long as my position makes sense to me, then cool.
Good.
That's what I said. Whether I'm first, second, third, whatever. If I'm fourth place, 1, 2, and 3, you just better be able to tell me why I'm not 1, 2, and motherfucking 3. As long as it makes sense. Hands clap to the 1, 2, and 3.
Right. Alright.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And that's how it was. But you know.
Alright. So where you from? Where you from? Tell me, let the people know, man.
Man, originally, my nigga, I was born in Dallas, Texas. My social security number is Dallas, Texas social security number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I tell you mine, it's nothing like, you know, somebody that was born in Maryland. You know what I mean? But I was just born there. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I think my mama might have been passing through Texas because my daddy from there.
Okay.
And I think she just went to labor in Dallas. Because we lived in Maryland already. It was just something like that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I came back, I was raised in Maryland. I went to school in Texas a few times, middle school and high school. So I got a lot of family, a lot of cousins and shit like that in the South. So that's what people be like, man, he sound like he in the South. And it's just it's like today is literally from me being surrounded by a lot of folks from the South. My whole team in camp, besides my folks from Baltimore, is South. I stay in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? My whole side of my family in Texas. You know what I mean? And I'm around a bunch of country folks all goddamn day long, my nigga. The lingo it's just gonna come. It's already in me. My daddy from Texas, so it's like the shit is what it is. But I'm raised in Baltimore. Everybody knows that. I went to every school in South Baltimore. Everybody like we all know.
Yeah, that's when niggas right there, yo, to hear your slang, yo, be like, yo, this nigga talk like a little Southish a little bit, man. Nigga fucking born and raised in fucking Baltimore, nigga, but his genes ain't from there, nigga. Damn it, you already fucked up, man.
I moved. Nigga,
already, man.
I lived in the South when I was in the 7th grade, 8th grade.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? I went to school in South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, like, you know what I'm saying? So So it's like
y'all niggas ain't left y'all block.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So people don't know, you know what I mean? You gotta do the research. And you'll find out, you'll see it, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and that's where it comes from, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, my next question, was, what's up with them Ravens? The fuck is up with them Ravens, yo? Talk to us, man.
I'm gonna be honest like the future song, alright? I have not really watched a full game yet since the season started. Not because I don't want to. I've been on the road. And when I'm not in Baltimore, of course, it's not on every fucking TV that you're around because I'm in a whole nother state. They don't care about what's going on with the Ravens. So it's not like I'm hearing anything. So I don't really get to watch them. But I don't know, man. I don't even know who's who on the team. And that's like, I know the lead niggas.
Right.
I don't know who we done bring in because I ain't got a chance to sit down, man. We
got kicked out all the lead niggas.
Yeah.
I know, right?
We looking like a new team.
Hold on. Why niggas say they though?
We
just on this they shit, yeah.
Destroy and rebuild.
Redskins, baby.
Oh, he's gone. See, RG3 fucking broke that.
RG knee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
RG gone.
We had to destroy and rebuild, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Already, man.
Nah,
You ain't get that?
Yo, can you just tell the people a little bit about your relationship with with Future, you know what I mean, and what's going on there, free band gangs, yo? Is that for people who just fucking sleeping on the fucking rock or something like that?
No, man, that's my family, man. That's the relationship, man. That's my family. That's La Familia. Man, that's my nigga, man. He's a mentor of mine. It's not like it's like, you know, when you grow up, you got your big homie and your big brother that's your real friend, love you, got love for you, want to see you do good, and he gives you the full game. And he's really the nigga in the game. You know what I mean? It's like for me, it's like me playing college ball and Kobe Bryant is my motherfucking dog. Right. He runs the game. Right. Or LeBron is running the game, and that's my man. Right. And I'm in the game with him, and everything in the game he tell me full-fledged. Mm-hmm. And then not only is he telling me, I'm watching it. Right. So like, man, it's a wonderful relationship, even with his family. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been around his I know not all his family, of course, but you know, the immediate circle, his brothers. I got relationships with them. They my folks. You know what I'm saying? I've been around my nigga kids. You know what I mean? Girls, baby mamas. Like they treat me like family. You know what I'm saying? Really? And it make you feel a little different at the end of the day. Cause you got some niggas that might be in the studio with a nigga that they don't really know, but they got a contract with him. Right. So it's like different things that you can't even really be around because you really don't know who this guy is. Exactly. It's just y'all doing business. Yeah, so it's like, you know, it's a blessing to me, man. That's why I always call it a blessing. But like that's my relationship. Like we like family, and he teach me everything that I can learn, and anything he can give me that's positive to my situation, I take it and use. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great situation that I'm involved in, and I couldn't ask for a different staff of people to be around, like. You know what I'm saying?
Alrighty, man. You alright, definitely, yo. Yo, tell us about your next move, man. But I don't trying to tell them too much, I mean, but what do you got coming up in this future, man? Hit them up the head with, man.
Man, for real, we on this tour right now. Would you like a tour? It's a 43 city tour. Also a couple other countries. Drake tour. Drake the headline. It's featuring Miguel and my nigga Future. So you already know we like about 18 to 19 cities in. We done been through Canada as well. And man, it's great. The tour growing, it's crazy. Every city we go to is sold the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? All the way. You know what I mean? Any night giving 15 to 30,000 people. When you couldn't ask for nothing like that. It's a blessing to be a part of that and to come out and enjoy that with a person I watch build something from the ground up. I watch him build that shit from the ground up. So to be able to watch him step out on stage and look at him and I know him, so I'm like, look, he just got butterflies. Right. And this nigga the hottest nigga, but it's like it shows you that's how real it is. Like, and I get butterflies, like it's me. So it's like at the end of the day, like that's really what's going on right now as far as with this near future. The tour ends December 18th in Philly, so shouts out to Philly. It's a makeup date because the show got canceled in Philly. We will be coming to see y'all, and man, this shit gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then just the top of the year, man. That's what we're looking forward to. That Crabs and Blow. Future got the Honest album coming out. That's gonna be in stores sometime in February. You know what I mean? Y'all look out for that. He's killing them right now with the Honest for the single. He just released that record with Miley Cyrus and Mr. Hudson on it. Real and True. And that's just put him on a whole nother plateau. You know what I mean? You doing records with Miley Cyrus. Yeah. It speaks for itself. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, that's basically what we got going on, man. I'm a team player, so that's why you hear me announcing everything else. Casino got Frank Matthews coming out soon. That's Future's brother. He's also an artist on Free Bands. And yeah, man, like we got a lot of work going on and we all involved, you know what I mean, with each other. And It's a blessing. That's what's going on, man.
Yo, real quick, yo, can you tell us, yo, about maybe a good thing about the game and maybe like a not so good thing about the game?
Yeah.
Different sides, I mean, so we get both sides of the shit, I mean.
A good thing, I can tell you like a good thing about just like I can't speak about the game because I ain't really been in the game. Like, you know, so I can speak about what I've done or what I've seen. Like the good things and good things that I've learned or I actually soaked up from being on the road or just traveling or being involved with industry people. Is being able to know, because I'm not working my situation at the moment to where as though I'm dealing with these people on my first hand with me. I'm second hand in the room, so I get to watch another situation work. And if that situation is positive, I get to learn how to. I'm blessed to learn how to do a positive situation.
Right.
And if it doesn't work and it's a negative one, I'm also blessed to know not to do that in that situation. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So I basically, it's pros and cons basically. So I learned so much. I learned how to conduct with people that's in the industry, what may happen, how they conduct, how they talk, how just the ins and outs of shit you never knew and always thought about. And then a downfall is knowing how people get fucked over and you see it and you know like it's so shiesty and it's kind of scary because you know when you got a street mind or just an aspect to be like, what they playing with me? Like that shit happens all the time and it's not the street. Right. So you gotta counter it. You gotta look at it at a different angle. It's just knowing like, damn, it'll frustrate you and upset you to know that this shit is a lot of fake. Cause especially when you try to be so real with it. Like and not try to be meaning you try to maintain your sense of realness.
Already.
So it's like and you can't. You learn that you can't do it. Like it's gonna be times where you have to be fake per se, but you gotta turn real. You gotta put the real gear into neutral. You can't leave it in drive. You gotta put it in neutral. I'm not telling you to go in reverse and go be fake. I'm saying you better be able to put it in neutral. If you can't put it in neutral and just coast through, you're gonna fuck up.
Right, especially when it's business involved.
Yeah, because it's strictly business. It's all financial and everything about it is about compensation and people getting budgets developed and money.
Right.
So
I built another conversation, another question right there, man. Let me know the difference between fucking that real shit, man, and fake shit. I mean, like all the controversy, all that shit, man. Let them know about that shit, man.
I mean, like people gonna always say what they want. They the critics. That's why they call them that. You know what I mean? They supposed to try to dig up things and just put out information about anything. But like when you hear people be like, boy, I'm signing this or I'm signing that, man, it's a million people sign, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That shit means nothing. I know people signed to niggas with $100 million. Niggas ain't far as I am. You see what I'm saying? So, it's about working. That shit's gonna show. You can't hide that. If we building a mansion, right, and we really got all the stuff to build the mansion and we're building it, we just went over here, it's all woods. They can't see the house because we in the woods. But when we done, the top of the house gonna be sticking out the jungle. They see it.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what the fake stuff is the stuff you never see.
Right.
And that just goes with anything. I don't care what it is. If you got a nigga telling you he puts artists on, boy, I'm the best manager in town, you will see it. And if he is, it will show. And if he's not,
it will not. You won't see it.
If he's not, we won't be talking about him. It's another nigga we talking about.
Alrighty, man. Yo, can you give us your Twitter information, Facebook, whatever they want to lock them with the people right quick, bro?
Yeah, man. Twitter is test410_. That's on the Twitter. You can hit me on Instagram at test410, and you know what I'm saying. So it just go ahead and hit me on. Man, but I prefer that motherfucking Twitter. Twitter my shit. Instagram cool, but Twitter where it's at for me still. Did a lot of business on Twitter.
Definitely, yo.
So, hit my Twitter, test410_.
Yo, anything, any shout outs, man? People want to holler, give whatever you want, real
man,
quick,
big shout out to HardBody Radio, man, for bringing y'all the real and exclusive and actually educate y'all, because some people don't do that, you know what I'm saying? And that's a big part of things, because when you got somebody up and coming trying to know how to do something and they don't have no education behind it, it's like, damn, well, it just kind of makes you look like you that nigga or something. It's like, how I want to be that nigga? How am I? But it ain't about that. It's about what that nigga know for real. So it's like if they had a chance to see it, what y'all bringing to them.
Gotta see it to believe it.
They get a chance to see it and get educated behind stuff that they didn't know and would never find an answer to. So you know what I'm saying? That's shout out to HardBody. Shout out to my clique.
That's why I asked them certain questions. I want to educate a few of you stupid niggas involved.
Yeah, you got.
Shout out to my C-Bus live, them niggas, my nigga.
We gonna fix
get your mind right. Listen, the new gangsters been smart.
Yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to the city, man. Shout out to Baltimore, every side, east side, west side, south side, wherever you from, man. Shout out to everybody, all the artists that's trying to do what they doing. Chillin' Hard Music. Shout out to us. Shout out to Free Band Gang. Shout out my nigga Future. We running this shit right now, man, and we plan on opening up for everybody to be able to run with us. It ain't about just one person at all. We trying to open up the door, but at the end of the day, it's about what it's about. We got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned. Salute, man. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, man. HardBody Radio. That's at HardBody Radio on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah.
It's your boy at 3DBNYC. You want to sing? Got Tess in this bitch at Zeg Pacino. Turn it up. Broke the knob off. We gonna mail that fucking knob to Skipper. Shout my nigga Skipper.
Hey, Crabs
he
and
working
Blow,
on
man. January 7th, man. Put that on your calendar, man. It's already on live mixtapes right now on the upcoming project page. So it's out. It's being promoted, man. Look out for that. What we call it, featuring my nigga Future and Mexico Ran, and we just gonna keep it pimping, my nigga.
HardBody Radio will have that. You
coming to a city near you too, man. Would you like a tour, man? You catch me, man. Your boy Tess. I'm out here ripping hard for our city, nigga. We on on the West Coast. We finna fuck up Cali. Salute to everybody on the West Coast, man. That's what we finna do, man. Straight up.